What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, so today is a special day. I'm just kidding. Today is just different because I'm not trading the morning session in this video. I'm trading the afternoon session, which is around 11 o'clock my time. So the afternoon session is from like 13:30 to 16 or something like that. And the lunch hour is from 11:30 to 13:30 in New York time. So my lunchtime is the afternoon session for the New York NASDAQ, which works out pretty well actually, because the lunch macro, it is good, but I'm at work when it's going on, so I'm not going to depend on, I'm not going to super practice it, But in the afternoon session, I did some more drilling. As you can see, there's already some trades during the day. I wasn't filming it just because I was kind of like, I don't really want to record, but I was like, whatever, might as well record since I'm doing it anyways. It is kind of a longer video, but this is a good one too. I'm just practicing more, but you'll see. Like today, I was practicing patience big time, 100%, and I was making myself, comfortable. I had already taken 2 trades, and then I was also, so again, I'm still on that grind of trying to desensitize myself to the trades, but here. At this time, I felt like the market was bearish because there was some liquidity resting below price from where it currently is right now. So I marked this. I already taken some trades off that fair value gap, and then I sold to that red tick. I sold there, and my limit order got hit where that lowest blue tick is at. But who cares about those? And then I'm trying to learn how to place good limit orders. So when you're trading, you can either buy at the market, which means you're buying the current price at this second, or you can put in limit orders. And pretty much what it is you're putting an order in for a later time. So let's say, just for example, it's 2 o'clock now, and at 2:05, if price is at this level, then I want to be in an order. I want it to book it and put me in that order. So it's like, just ordering, just like, it's kind of hard. It's not really hard to explain. I'm just not really super good at explaining it. But today I was trying to learn how to do that. And I found it's like easier to do it when you're going short, meaning I'm selling. If I ever say short, that means sell. If I ever say long, that means buy. So up on the top of price, it hits the first presented fair value gap, and then it kind of goes lower. That's what I kind of used to kind of give me my bias a little bit. Even though on the hourly charts the bias is up, like it's way up, meaning like it's gonna move price higher. But so here, what do? I try to put a limit order, but it just kind of like does it instantly, which was I was confused about. I need to get more details on that, because I'm so used to buying at the market, but I need to start practicing. See, it fills me right away. I'm like, what? Like, I'm just confused. I just close it out. So I literally just recorded all this. I should have just been talking, but it's kind of not annoying, but it's just a little bit harder to, because in my mind there's like at least 4 or 5 things I'm looking at in the chart, and then trying to speak on it for the whole time and explain what's happening. It's kind of it's not easy. For like the guy who teaches me, he does it live and he talks about it and explains it. Like, that's insane. But he's been doing it for 30 years, so obviously this is just second nature for him. Okay, yeah, so here I'm messing around with the limit orders, trying to get a good, fill, but I think on this one, price never hits my orders. So that's the thing about orders, is it could also never hit hit your order, and then you don't get filled, and then you're not in the run, and then you make no profit. So that's why you gotta be good at both. You gotta be good at setting limit orders, and you gotta be good at buying in the market and knowing when a good time to buy in at the market is. Because all you're doing in trading, I mean, in a simplified word, is you're trying to either buy expensive and sell it cheap, right? Wait, that doesn't make sense. But no, you're trying to buy cheap and sell high, but that goes for both going short and long in the market. If that makes sense. So if you're going short, you want to buy high, because it's gonna, when you sell it, and since you're going short and the price goes lower, you're gonna make profit. But if you're going long in the market, meaning you think it's gonna go up, you want to buy cheap and sell expensive. A lot of people only trade longs. Like, they'll only find setups to where it's buying cheap and selling expensive, but you want to be well versed and experienced so here there's liquidity resting below price right now. There's a like that draw on liquidity down there, so that's what I'm aiming for. I didn't get a fill, so I just bought it out the market. It's better to get into the market if you feel that price is going to go lower than to not get any run at all. But you just got to be careful, because in buying at the market, you'll experience sometimes a little bit more drawdown. So we're trying to get in here, make the most money with the least drawdown, with the least amount of risk, and the maximum amount of profit. Like, that's just how it is. And here, I had already taken a couple shorts today before this one. And so I'm just looking at my 75% target rule. So if my target is there, so I'm just starting off, I'll hit 75% and I'll close the trade. And I've already taken a short-term low there. So you already know, like, okay, you already took out some short-term. And my profit was a little bit below that, but I was like, I'm just starting off. There's no reason to push it. If this was real money, like, I'm trying to trade now how I would with real money. So I'm like, okay, well, and one of my rules to take partials or to get out of the trade completely is if it reaches 75%, then I'll close the trade. And it damn near hits it there. So that was a cool little short. I think maybe like 15 to 20 handles. I don't know how much it was. I think it was $500, $600. But imagine being able to do $500, $600 every day. How much good would that do you? I mean, it would do me pretty fucking good. Like these short trades, especially when you're starting off, there's nothing wrong with it. You'll see people making like $10,000, $5,000 days. This is how they started. Nobody. See that I'm showing the difference there, and it's not anything huge, but still, I was on side with the market. I practiced, getting into a trade, and then the target that I had ends up being hit anyway. So it's good to observe the trade even when you're out. Because it builds confidence, and you were on side, and you need to let yourself be right. Pretty much, you need to let the trade expand over the course of time. And it's so weird a lot of kids my age will have the same problem. They just want the money like right now. So like like these markets are not made for my generation at all, because you need like some fucking patience, and that's just not a strong suit for people my age. This is kind of like an older guy job, like I feel like older guys would do really good at this. But I figured if I start now, I should be good in a couple years. That's literally like my time. Like, I'm not trying to learn this super fast. I'm trying to take it slow. Like, why take something like this fast when you could be so much more yeah, I could go in and get a funded account and start trading with real money today. I'm confident I could pass the combine right now. But I'm not looking for, short-term money. I'm looking for long-term profitability. That's what I want, And here, I think I'm trying to buy limit orders, and then the same thing happens. It like just automatically puts me on. So at this point, I'm looking for price to go up, because I see this big, huge waterfall of price, and that doesn't make sense to me. That's like, okay, price has to go back up to these levels, because it's kind of like there's no short-term low, short-term high, except for that one up there that I'm going to be aiming for in a second. And this next trade that I take takes forever to pan out. I mean, I feel like it takes forever, but it's really like 10 to 12 minutes. And I experienced some gnarly drawdown, but like it was definitely a good drill. You'll see it right now. But yeah, the overall bias on the 4-hour chart is bullish, which means it's going to go up. So now I'm kind of like, okay, it took out liquidity on the sell side, and it's pretty smooth on the buy side. So let's see what happens here. So it creates that sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, which I want to fail. So by classification, that candle formation, that box right there, is supposed to send price lower, and it does a little bit, but I want to see that price eventually fail. Or sorry, that box, I don't want it to keep price down anymore. I want it to fail and let price expand upwards. And it would have been great to get a limit order in, but I mean, I still got into a chunky portion of the run. It's gonna be crazy. Once I, do this enough times, I'm not even gonna be like needing. Like, I'll probably be able to like get on in the morning, do some pre-market analysis, and then like just be on my phone trading for the rest of the day. That's the goal eventually, just to be mobile, mobile on the go, make some money there on the trade, like just trade real quick, easy, nice, And this is such a high trading volume. I mean, but it's crazy because retail traders will do like 30, 40, 50 trades a day, which is insane because they're so high stress. They're so like trying to follow each little price fluctuation, being scared of missing each little price fluctuation, that they're taking 20 to 30 trades a day, not realizing, or I guess not caring, because they definitely realize it when they get the payout, that each time you press the button, see there, I enter there. I was trying to do a limit order, which I would have gotten an amazing fill at, but I was like, okay, price is, this is going to be, I'm going to have to buy it at the market. So I put my stop loss below. So it just formed a bullish order block, but it also formed a fair value. It forms two fair value gaps, pretty much overlapping each other. So it has the sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, which is supposed to trade, which is supposed to send price lower, and it kind of fails there. It fails. And then it forms a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is supposed to send price higher, which both kind of fail, but not really, because price is allowed to color outside the lines, color outside the boundaries of what you're framing here. But we don't want to see it run too. So I don't want to see it run too far down. Like, I don't want to see it sell off anymore. My order is meant to go up. I said that wrong, but I want price to go higher at this point. But it doesn't happen right away. Like most things in life, unfortunately, you have to wait. Now, I didn't trade this morning because a high impact news driver came out, and I'm a new trader. I don't want to. I guess I should have got up and watched it, but I didn't really want to click any buttons, even though I'm still just practicing. The CPI is never going to be a day that I trade when I have real money. If I do, it's going to be the afternoon session, how I am here. Because here, price is still acting a little wild, but I'm trying to reduce my risk. That's another thing that I got to get really good at, is managing your risk. So when you're going to move your stop loss so that in the occasion that something wild happens, you don't lose, a chunky portion of your profit. But you also have to let the trade breathe, right? So like, you can't have such a tight stop loss, because you just gotta let price do its thing, let it breathe. So here I'm in drawdown, right? So a lot of people will be like, fuck this, I'm getting out of this trade, I'm down $100, $200, or however much it is. Can't really see right now, but price is still, it does eventually color outside the lines, but as of right now, I'm like, nah, like, I'm fine. Price is within this boundary that I've outlined. Yeah, like, if you don't have patience, if you don't have trust in what you're doing, then you're not going to be able, you got to prove it to yourself that you can do it. That's step number one. That's what I'm doing here. If you can't do that, if you can't take the time to do that, what are you doing? Like, what are you going to do? Trade with indicators? That's bad. Some people can make money off indicators, but why are you dependent on, why would you want to be dependent on some, like, tool that's wrong a lot of the times to help you navigate price, when you can literally just look at price and understand where it's going and why and when and where. Like, it's just so much better to learn it this way rather than using indicators. My indicators are already on there. I drew my indicators. That green box right there, that liquidity up there, my target, those are my indicators. That's all you need. That's all I think you need. But a lot of people will tell you that it's a lot easier to trade with indicators, this and that, whatever. There's a million ways to skin a cat. As long as you're profitable, I think it doesn't really matter. But I like doing it this way, because I like knowing why price is going that way. And I like knowing when it's going to do it and how to manage my risk. Look, right now, I guarantee 85 to 90% of traders would have already gotten out of this trade right here. Me, yesterday, I probably would have got out of this trade yesterday, but today, I said I'm gonna hold the trade no matter what. If it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. I look at it and see why. Oh yeah, the video stopped, and then I didn't start recording again until like a minute or two after. But yeah, I got some. Look how close it got to my stop loss. Like, the logic is there for my stop loss. That's why I didn't even, like, I was just like, okay, whatever. But imagine if I got out of the trade and then now it turns in my favor, and you'll see it takes about like, I think I've been in the trade for about 4 or 5 minutes now, and it takes like 10 minutes from here to close out. But this is the whole point of drilling this, because imagine if I was trading with real money, and you know how much more pressure there would have been. I would have been out of the trade in a second, because I hadn't, put myself through experiencing the drawdown. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Just going through my mind right now. I'm like, I'm green again. Made it to the trenches. But yeah, I'm confident that like 80% of the traders, probably even 90% of the traders, would have gotten out of that position right away, because they were down. I was down like $500 at some point. But you're never gonna, like, if you don't practice and see it, then yes, of course you're gonna get out. Of course you're gonna get scared. There we get balance price. Boom, annotate it there. It hammered the balance price. And I think I changed it though, because no, I don't know. I just know that there's balance price right there. So you want to annotate that, because price is gonna run away from balance price 100% of the time. Fine, 95% of the time. You can never really say 100% of the time with trading. You can, high probabilities is a correct term. So, okay, so there's another buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and they're all kind of laying over top of each other, which is kind of weird to me. I've never really seen something like this. But it is interesting to see how price respects, multiple levels at the same time. So, it kind of tells you, like, dang, you got a pretty good bias here. So we got balance price, bang, hammers it. So let's see what it does now. Straight into the top of that buy side and balance, sell side inefficiency. See what price did previously, where I was experiencing the drawdown, is the people who got into the trade, who were chasing the green bars, and they got stopped out. So my entry was real clean. It was during the macro. I believe it was like 1350 to 1410, pretty sure. But I think now it's outside of the macro, so now it's delivering price without the macro. So the first part of the macro was sell side, and then the back end of the macro, you had an entry for buy side. But now it's kind of going up and down, not too choppy, but it's kind of just in this holding pattern right now. See, at the start of the macro, 1350 absolutely drops and takes all the liquidity. Now it doesn't have the same amount of juice that it had during the macro, so it's delivering a little bit slower. But here we see bodies forming on the consequent encroachment of that wick, meaning the middle of the wick. And we already know when there's bodies forming on the middle of a wick, it's gonna move pretty aggressively in the direction that it was originally going, which is up, or to buy side, or long. They all mean the same shit. And here I'm getting pretty impatient. I've been in the trade now for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 minutes. I've been in the trade 12 minutes, and I'm up only $300 or $400, which is, that's good. Imagine, $300 every day. That would be crazy, right? Imagine $300, $300 a week. That would do you good too, right? That's, that's grocery money. That's your grocery money. But eventually I'm gonna be in this position where I'm doing like $1,000 days. And then how is that gonna feel? Probably pretty fucking rad. But that's where a lot of people fall the fuck off, because they think that they know everything. And they start over leveraging, forgetting about the risk management, because once you think you're hot shit, you just stop doing the basics, you know? Kind of like, here's a good example. I'm trying to think of MLB players who think they're hot shit and then they fuck up. Whatever. The point I'm trying to say is when a lot of people start making, decent money, that's their huge downfall, because that is a very pivotal point in your career. You can either stick to the habits that got you there, or be lazy and cocky, and the market is gonna fuck you up. So just stick to the rules forever. Trading can be the most freeing thing, but it's also the thing that requires the most rules. Isn't that weird how that works? Like, it can give you some freedom, but yet you have to follow all the fucking rules. So weird. I can't wait for this year though. I'm gonna continue practicing through deployment as much as I can, but what I know already, I know. So like, it's not really something that gets out of practice, I guess. Like, this isn't gonna just go away. And for as long as there's stocks, there's gonna be trading, all this stuff. So, and if they throw the NASDAQ away, then I'll just do this on Bitcoin. Same thing. There's a price engine running Bitcoin that does the same thing. So here hits this sell side imbalance, buy side efficiency. And it cuts through it. That's how you know it's not really a strong one. And then my target's up here, but you see that little high off to the left? It's already taken minor buy side right there. So already as a new trader, you kind of want to take what you can get right there and just go away, walk away. But for me, I've let this trade unroll already, damn near fucking 15, maybe almost 20 minutes. So I want to see if it can get to the 75 mark, which is a rule that got a phone call. The good thing about phone calls is you can return them. The bad thing about audio recording is it's a bitch to edit them. So obviously I'm gonna decline the call and finish the video. It's only 5 more minutes. But here I'm getting close to the halfway mark, and here I was considering, man, maybe I should just close out, but I see the trade panning out. So see, I think I did it right there. But I see the trade panning out really well. Pretty confident here. It's trading in the upper quadrant now of the sell side and balance, buy side and efficiency. And so I'm just kind of chilling right now. You'll see how that 75% roll serves me well. Now, later down the road, I'm going to be trading with more contracts, 1, 2, 3, 4 contracts at the same time. So you got to make it a habit to, like, okay, if I take out a short-term high, I'm going to take one contract off. If I take out 75% of my target, that's another contract. And then you're already green. And then your stop loss is close enough to where if you lose, you break even. which I didn't do right here, but I'm gonna start trying to practice my risk management and get this precise stop loss, because once it's left this gap right here, you're good. Like, you don't want to see price go back down there at all. So I could have put my stop loss right at break even, or right below break even. But yeah, that's the goal. But right now, just one contract, starting off, get a feel for it, understand how it feels, and then you can start scaling in and pyramiding in where you can, and just going from there. That's how you make more money as you're going. And yeah, I did cut out a little early. I was already pushing it after taking that buy side high, and just see how this pans out here. Really interesting. How my exit was almost flawless. It wasn't flawless, but it was a good exit, and you'll see why here. For let's say I was trading multiple contracts, that would have been a perfect place to take 1 or 2 contracts off if I was trading, let's say, 4. You want to secure your winnings, Never just want to leave everything open. You want to secure what you made, keep it safe, and just, because if you just let the whole thing run, well then you're not trading smart. So here so yeah, that's how long the trade took to pan out. Well, it didn't really pan out, I guess, but I did hit criteria to get out. So that right there was a 40 handle run. I think it was $800. Now imagine if you made $800 and I think it took 20 minutes. Where can you make $800 in 20 minutes? If there's another job out there that I can make $800 in 20 minutes, I'll stop right now and go do it. But that's just not how it is it? Trading is it's fun, but it can be scary. I mean, it's not scary, it's just scary to me now because I'm not super used to it. I am excited to start trading with real money this year, though. So you see, like, the logic that I'm using, see, like, that balanced price that I highlighted, and how when bodies form on it, it expands in the direction that it was going, and it does it, That's what held me onto the trade. That's what helped me hold on to the trade. That's how you have confidence in your trades. Even though it was building below it, like below the wick, the bodies are building below it, it's going to move in the direction it was originally running towards. So this is all logic. Like, these are all just logical, like, rule-based ideas, connected with time, connected with not being emotional about the trades, connected with experience, building experience, Like, there's all these little things that you compound together that can make you a profitable trader, and hit the big times, big time. And see how price just falls off? Like, what a nice exit, right? So if I had a couple contracts on, I took 2 off, I would have been like, okay, this is fine, drawdown. I already got some profit, and my stop loss would have been break even. I would have been like, okay, if it hits my stop, it hits my stop. I didn't lose any money. I actually made money because I was smart, and that your trade management was good. The video is gonna end in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sure no one made it this far, but hope you guys liked it. PEACE.